the infinitely wise and loving Supreme Intelligence wills your awakening. September 16, 2014. All sentient life is eternal, as you well know, and death, as humans experience it, is just a laying down of a tired vehicle that has served you well, even though some of you may feel that you have not been that well served by your bodies. At that moment your life does not end, consciousness does not fail you, but you do undergo an enormous and extremely uplifting shift in perspective. You become aware, once more, of God's infinite love for you, and that brings you tremendous joy. You were created in joy to experience eternal joy, but you decided to take a break and instead experience separation. That break is now terminating because you have chosen to awaken into reality, oneness, a state that you never left, but just lost sight of, temporarily. Here in the non-dual realms it is wonderful to see you moving so rapidly towards your awakening. Your progress is now unstoppable and your momentum is increasing as your collective intent to move from disagreement, conflict, and suffering to compassionate discussion and peaceful conflict resolution continues to strengthen. Your true nature is love. What you have been experiencing during your time of apparent separation from your source, the infinite loving intelligence that contains and honors all sentient life, is an unreal state that has been held together and supported by the unloving attitudes or rules with which you chose to engage in order to play some insane games in which all have suffered and have lost. Any apparent victories have been very short-lived, and the winners have suffered just as horrifically as the losers, because what you do to others you also do to yourselves. There is no separation, all are eternally one. Life as a human is of great value to the spiritual entity that experiences it, and to be able to engage in that adventure, and it is indeed an adventure, is to be greatly honored. Sadly, many totally forget or fail to remember the reason for their earth life once they are engaged in it, and we in the spiritual realms spend much time in attempting to remind those who have forgotten that their life does have a divine and essential purpose. Many of those forgetful ones, and here there is no judgment, just observation, get drawn deeply into the dark aspects of this illusory game that all on earth are playing, leading to the endless tragedies and suffering that so many undergo. At present, in this moment of now, nearly all who are on earth chose to be here to assist in humanity's awakening. All on earth are asleep, dreaming the experiences and situations that are happening, which means that all are assisting in their own awakening as well as helping others forwards towards that inevitable moment of intense joy. Everyone can awaken, but there are some, a relatively small percentage, who will choose to remain asleep and engaged in seemingly endless hostilities. They are ones who have been so severely damaged by their many earth experiences that they are unable to let down their personal and individual defenses sufficiently to allow the tsunami of love, in which all are enveloped, to penetrate into their sorely hurting hearts. Their fear is too great for them to take a chance on love. The love field that surrounds them will bring them to their awakening, but they are not yet ready to surrender into the arms of love. Although their numbers are very small, their ability to influence others is very large. They are now gently being moved away from those positions of influence, and as they depart, enormous changes will come into effect all across the planet leading to unprecedented peace, a state that has not existed on Earth for a very long time. The human collective desperately desires peace, and has set that intent, mostly person by person, and so it will come about. As you are well aware, many groups of people are meditating and praying for peace all across the world every day with increasing intensity, and increasing numbers of new members are joining those groups daily. That intention is extremely powerful and is, of course, further strengthened by the constant divine intent for your awakening. The holy source of all that exists, the Creator, the infinitely wise and loving Supreme Intelligence wills your awakening, has always willed your awakening, and now that the collective has freely made the decision to awaken into reality, the power of God's will is added to the collective will. Before that decision was made, His will was available, waiting for it to be made so that He could join with you and bring it about. You will be overwhelmed with joy when you finally experience the love in which He holds each one of you, eternally. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com